Yeah, someone was saying that how Alex Jones was clashing cymbals. Well, he's identified the problem, you know, and he did a good job of it. He's done a real good job of that. But yeah, the solution that he offers to fight against the New World Order is just not going to succeed, because Jesus Christ is going to succeed against the New World Order and against any form of government that man tries to bring about. The thing that I don't quite understand is why people like to they either want to be a celebrity or they want to look up to celebrities, but they're not capable of being friends with one another, you know. And that's really what Christianity is about, which I don't think people understand in this country. I don't think they know how to be friends. You know, I'd like to read this from John, the 15th chapter, verse 14. It says, "Ye are my friends, if you do whatsoever I command you." See, Jesus wanted to have them as friends, even though they didn't understand what he was doing. He called them his friends. "Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you." People have a hard time being friends in this country, I think, since it's been turned upside down morally and spiritually. Jesus says, by this all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love one for another. And he gave the example by washing the disciples' feet. Now the disciples, they would have been glad to wash Jesus' feet. But how about the feet of one another? They couldn't get together for some reason, you know. It was all this competition. So Jesus took a young child in their midst. Whoever will be the greatest in the kingdom of God must become as a little child. And he that will be great among you, let him be as the youngest and as the servant of all. But people are in this culture, saturated by Hollywood, all they can do is think about being number one. You know, whether it's a skateboarding champ or a musician or whatever it is. They just try to excel because, you know, you'll make your mommy and daddy proud, you know. You'll make us all proud. So they're living for the approval of their parents, which is conditional upon being some kind of excelling at something, a celebrity, you know, or something like this. That's not what God requires. All Jesus required was love one another. That's all you do. Who cares about whether they're a star or whether they're poor? You know? The Bible in Psalms, in the 41st chapter, it says, "Happy is anyone that considers the poor. The Lord will preserve him, keep him alive, and he shall be blessed upon the earth. And thou wilt not deliver him unto the will of his enemies." That's where it's at. It's not about selfish stuff, but I'd rather be around somebody that's quiet and meek, and that's a good-hearted person, than around somebody that's trying to excel. I stay away from those egotistical people. They're the ones that go around and call you dude. You know, I mean, some weird culture we're living in now. People don't know what love is anymore. They don't know what friendship is. They're all trying to excel. And what do they get when they excel? Even movie stars have said, "I am nothing without my family." And they might have everything, and they lose their family, and they are nothing. They have nothing. But love is so hard to find. And it is worth more than rubies and diamonds and all riches. You know? But with the men, you get all this competition, you know. And it's very unpleasant, you know. Who wants to live like that? And you go to and you try to make a friend with a woman, and what are they like? Well, they're like which ones that practice witchcraft, you know, to try to see. They know that all they have to do is dangle a few little shiny objects before the man, you know, to put them under a spell. You know, and they realize they've got all this power by all these little tinkly ornaments, you know. That's all it is. It's just smoke and mirrors. There's nothing there. Flesh is worth nothing. You know, in the old days when the women used to dress modestly, covered from neck to their feet, you could see what a woman was. And when you fell in love, it wasn't because she's pushing her body all around. It's because you see the pure and the godly and the good qualities in her. You know, the Muslims dress like that now, and we condemn them because their women don't want to excel. You know, I saw it on the news the other night. They couldn't get over why the women just wanted to be housewives. They couldn't understand it. Why don't they want to be some egotistical, whatever it is they're trying to be, some idol to set up, or make their papa proud? Why don't they want to be a husband to their man? Why don't they want to be a good wife? You know? It's something that King Lemuel wrote. It says the prophecy that his mother taught him. She was a woman, but she told him the truth. She said, "What, my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my vows? Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings." Yeah, the woman will destroy a king. They'll destroy you, man. They'll make you so weak and like a little child. You don't know how to do nothing except call, "Mama, mama, mama." You can't live without that. Be a man. Put the woman in their place, because no one is teaching them right from wrong anymore. And they don't know. So you got to teach them. A man's got to teach them. But they don't know God, you see. That's why they've got all these flourishing plagues, spiritual plagues. They don't know anymore. They don't know right from wrong. They don't know what makes them happy. They've been blinded to that. They've been shut off from that. And they turned a man into a mumbling fool, a little mouse, you know, that can't function anymore. That lets a woman be the boss and the children rule over them. Yeah, like in Isaiah 3:12, it says, "As for my people, children are their oppressors. The women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths." All this Hollywood garbage has destroyed the family. The cops are the family now. The woman calls 911, and they come running, and they say they have to put someone in jail. So anytime the man gets out of line, even speaking loudly with authority in his family, she just calls it 911, and the cops are the head of the family after that. You see, so it's not it's these things that have destroyed the family. And the woman used their little sexual toys to destroy a man. In verse 16 it says, "Moreover the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty." They're not even feminine anymore. They act like men. Who could be attracted to something like that? Filthy, spiritually. They're gross. They act like men. I wouldn't want one. I don't want them. And they walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. They think they're real hot stuff. They ain't hot. Therefore the Lord will smite with the scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. On that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their culls and their round tires, their moon, all this garbage that they use. And to the women it says, "Thy men shall fall by the sword," those that have propped you up and that you depend on. "And thy mighty in the war of Armageddon," those disgusting men who have lied to you and elevated you falsely for your destruction, those men that you depended upon, they will fall in the war of Armageddon. So come on, sister, keep coming.